Ah, look at you. Marvelous. You came out for the show. Did you bring your popcorn? Because this isn't a tragedy, darling, it's a comedy. A dark, messy, absolutely filthy joke that only we understand. Last year was a real piece of work, wasn't it? A magnificent dumpster fire. It took its little hammer, tapped me right on the head, and said, "You're too stable, Batsy's little friend. Let's introduce some chaos." It didn't just break me, it shattered me. Smashed the vase, threw the water, and scattered the petals to the wind. And for a moment, I thought, well, that's it. The punchline's over. But you see, that's where they always get it wrong, don't they? A shattered thing isn't useless. It's just rearranged. And that brings us to this year. The year of the beautiful, terrifying remodel. Last year broke me. This year builds me. Not back to what I was, mind you. That's boring. No, this year we build something new, something stronger, something with more. Pon Cach! Ah, the sweet, intoxicating scent of zero gravity. People. They talk about rock bottom like it's a punishment. Don't they? Like it's the end of the line. The big, messy fail. Foolish. They don't understand the magnificent, blinding liberation that comes when the last safety wire snaps and you realize you're not falling, you're just flying without a compass. Last year I was a circus performer, wasn't I? Juggling those little pink balls of decorum and those tiny, fragile plates of social acceptance. Don't say that, Joker! Don't do that, Joker! You'll break the rules. Rules. Ha! A delightful joke in itself. I was exhausted, trying to please the gallery. Trying to keep up the facade of someone who still gave a greasy little damn about their precious structure. Boring. It was a crippling weight, that expectation. Every time I reached for a genuine bit of fun, I had to stop and check the rule book. Is this crime against humanity approved by the local council? But last year was the great demolition. It didn't just knock me down. It stripped the paint, tore down the walls, and blew out the plumbing. It took every single one of those carefully balanced balls, my reputation, my sanity, the vague notion that I was a functioning member of society, and just smashed them to smithereens. And what did I find in the rubble? Freedom, because when you're truly undeniably broken, when you've sailed past disappointment and landed squarely in the territory of societal anathema, what is there left for them to take? Nothing. The slate isn't just clean, it's been sandblasted down to raw, howling bedrock. The bridges, my friends, they are ash. Beautiful, floating, shimmering ash. And the best part, I didn't even have to light the match. Society did it for me. They gasped, they recoiled. They pointed their little fingers, and with every horrified gasp, another connection was severed. People, and every tie that snapped wasn't a loss, it was a shackle removed. A chain of obligation, a rope of expectation gone, poof. Now I stand here on the very precipice of the abyss, which, by the way, these just an empty space waiting for my glorious design, and there is no net below. When the Safety Commission would have a field day, these civilized people. But who needs a net when you've decided the fall is the fun part? This is where the true power resides. when they are already disgusted, when they have already written you off as the lost cause, the failure, the punchline that went too far, you gain the ultimate high ground. You can't disappoint them. Think of it's a flawless system. If I rob a bank, they say, well, of course, he's the Joker. If I unleash a swarm of highly aggressive miniature top hat wearing spiders on City Hall, they sigh and say, another Tuesday. Their expectations are already calibrated to maximum chaos. So, I'm free to draw the new map, and this map, oh, it's a masterpiece! It's all sharp angles and blinding colors. A map where the X doesn't mark the treasure. It marks the spot where the biggest, sheeniest, most unexpected explosion will go off. A map where I decide the coordinates of joy and terror. The brokenness wasn't an ending. It was the ultimate thrilling and necessary permission slipped to be utterly and beautifully uncontrollable. This year I build, but the foundation is the unadulterated people, intoxicating potential of having nothing left to lose, but the lingering scent of their boring, shattered rules. And that, my dears, is magnificent. Ah, the architecture of agony! Isn't it just divine? When the world decided to give me a proper beating last year, they thought they were performing an act of destruction. They aimed to dismantle the machine, to leave me a heap of useless, dented metal. Fools. They were merely providing the heat source. Think of it logically, structurally. You want to construct something that defies gravity, people. Something that laughs in the face of hurricanes and tidal waves. You don't pick up a nice and pliable piece of pine. You demand steel. And what is steel, truly? It is crude. Common iron that has been shoved into the most agonizing, terrifying inferno imaginable. It is molten, be purified, beaten, and cooled until its molecular structure is changed entirely, no longer soft people, but razor, hard and resilient. Last year, my friends, was my personal, glorious kiln. It was a continuous, relentless flame. It didn't just singe the edges, it tried to melt me into nothingness. Every betrayal was a hammer blow, driving out the impurities, the sentimentality, the compassion, the ridiculous, weak bits of hope I might have been foolishly clinging to. Every failure, every stumble, people, every time I found myself laughing not out of joy, but out of pure, unadulterated, nervous misery, was simply the process of forging. They thought they were reducing me. They were simply refining the ore. I didn't melt down, I hardened! And the scars! Oh, the beautiful jagged etchings of experience. People try to hide their scars, don't they? They use their little bandages and makeup to pretend the damage never happened. Pathetic, I say. Embrace the topography of your destruction, because those points of damage, those places where you were stretched to the absolute breaking limit and didn't snap, those are now the load-bearing joints. They are the magnificent rivets and welds that hold the new structure together. They were the weak points, yes, but now they are the proof. They show exactly how much tensile strength the new frame possesses. You look at the crack in the facade and think, vulnerability. I look at it and think, tested and approved, unbreakable under maximum stress. My past isn't a shadow I run from. It's the foundation I build upon. every mistake, every miscalculation, every moment that drove me to the brink of insanity, which, let's be honest, is a lovely place to visit, is now a structural beam in the skyscraper of my glorious future. Why? Because the enemy society, the bat, people, they can try to hit me in the same spot, use the same tricks, these civilized people. But I already have the countermeasures installed. I already know what that pressure feels like. I have proven unequivocally that I can survive being fundamentally broken. And that, my dear, terrified audience, is the ultimate assurance of immortality. How can you break what has already demonstrated the spectacular ability to endure and thrive in its fractured state? You can't. They shot their best shot last year. They took their wrecking ball and swung it with all their might. And look at me now! I'm not just standing. I'm sharper! I'm laughing with a richer, more maniacal resonance. People, they tried to create a heap of ruin, and instead they gave birth to a titanium, reinforced nightmare. So, let them look at my past with horror. I look at it and see the blueprint for my magnificent, unbreakable, and entirely insane reconstruction. Ah, the corrosive comedy of caring. Last year I was shackled, wasn't I? People, tied down by those flimsy, pathetic threads of concern. Concern over what the papers would say. Concern over whether I'd upset the delicate sensibilities of the perpetually dull populace. Concern over the score. Did I win the round? Was I the biggest villain? Did I achieve the required level of societal outrage? It was utterly exhausting. This constant performance review by the unimaginative masses. Pathetic, truly. It's like trying to dance while constantly checking if your steps are approved by a committee of wet blankets and tax collectors. Every choice, every magnificent act of chaos had to pass through the filter of consequence and reputation. And that, my dears, is the single heaviest chain a man can wear. But last year, in its infinite destructive wisdom, strip that skin right off. When you're truly broken, you realize the colossal, mind-boggling waste of energy that is seeking validation from the very people who hate you. I used to need their horrified gasps. I used to crave their fear as a measure of success. Now I just see it for what it is, a silly, irrelevant noise. This year's magnificent, ongoing construction project, this new, improved model of pure, unadulterated self, is wrapped in the most glorious, shimmering, impenetrable layer of I simply don't give a damn. It's the ultimate insulation against their boring little world. And let me tell you, apathy isn't a retreat, it's a weapon. It's a bulletproof vest woven from the threads of absolute indifference. Their judgments, their scolding editorials, their little Twitter tantrums, they hit this armor and just puddle. They have no purchase. Their entire system of control, the fear of exclusion, the threat of shame, the promise of fleeting acceptance, is based entirely on you needing something from them. As soon as you genuinely, deeply, maniacally stop needing their approval, their power collapses. People, it evaporates like a puddle in the heat of a glorious explosion. They can scream and point, but I'm simply no longer playing their game. The rules of their miserable little checkerboard hold no sway when you've moved to a magnificent, chaotic chess, set of your own design. I'm building my own sandbox now, you see. And it's not made of soft, the clean beach sand. Oh no! The grains are razor wire, and the tide that washes over it is made of acid. Everything is self-contained. The joy is for me. The chaos is for me. The laughter is for the sheer, terrible beauty of the act itself, not for the audience applause. The sweetest, most hilarious part of this whole renovation is that they haven't caught up yet. People, they still operate under the delusion that I'm motivated by their fear or their anger. They think if they just judge me hard enough, I'll stop. It's a how I use. They fire their pathetic little criticism darts, and they don't even realize they're shooting at a ghost, a beautiful, grinning specter encased in a fortress of perfect indifference. This construction isn't just about strength, it's about unassailability. It's the sheer, dizzying freedom of acting only for the glorious, grinning architect himself. I broke free of their standards. And now, my dears, the sky isn't even the limit. It's just another thing to paint a dreadful, smiling face on. Ah, the charming accusation. The label they slap on anything too brilliant, too liberating, too utterly fun for their dull little world. Mad. They call me mad, as if the pinnacle of human achievement is a beige office and the rhythmic, soul-crushing drone of predictable failure. Look at their sanity. Where has their precious reason gotten them? A world built on fragile lies, crushing debt, and the relentless, pathetic fear of the unexpected. They follow the blueprints, the rules, the straight, predictable lines, and they end up trapped in a life that is a monument to utter boredom. No, thank you. Last year, the system, their precious, fragile system, screamed that my design was faulty. My logic was skewed. My reactions were inappropriate. My very existence was a structural flaw in their grand, tedious plan. And for a fleeting moment, I almost listened, almost considered adopting their miserable, crippling sense of normalcy. But then the sheer, glorious breakdown hit, and I realized the flaw is the feature. The chaos is the engine. I didn't just embrace the madness, people. I crowned it the master architect of my entire reconstruction project. This year, the goal isn't just to rebuild. It's to build something utterly incompatible with their reality. I am not striving for normalcy. That's remedial work. That's going back to grade school. I am constructing a magnificent, sprawling, terrifying reality that makes perfect, crystalline sense only to the one who suffered through the last one. These civilized people, only the broken mind can truly see the freedom in creating a world where gravity is optional and laughter is the only law. We are throwing out the entire tiresome textbook. The rules of geometry no longer apply. Why build a straight wall when a delightful, dizzying spiral is so much more engaging? Why use standard mortar when you can use the sticky, delightful residue of pure, unadulterated fear? We're building with the logic of a nightmare, the kind where everything is familiar yet sickeningly, joyously wrong. Think bigger, think brighter. Think the kind of structural design that makes a rational man's eyes start twitching. We're talking exploding confetti that hides a network of tripwires. We're talking elevators that go up, down and occasionally sideways, just for the giggles. The sanity of the past was the weakness. It was the soft wood in the foundation. The madness of the present is the new, unpredictable steel. It's what keeps them guessing. They send their little experts, their shrinks, their sad, armored heroes, and they try to analyze my methods to find the pattern, and they fail spectacularly. Because the method is the lack of pattern. The rule is the glorious, beautiful contradiction. I am constructing a fortress of pure logic, and because their minds are tethered to what is, they will never understand the limitless power of what shouldn't be. This isn't just a building. It's a magnificent, grinning challenge to the very idea of order. Ah, the final flourish. The magnificent, explosive conclusion to our little home improvement project. It is simply not enough to reconstruct oneself in isolation, is it? To simply polish the new, hardened steel and then return to the same dusty, claustrophobic world that tried to break you in the first place. Incomplete. This isn't passive gardening. This is active, glorious landscaping. The final stage of construction is the most crucial, and certainly the most fun active destruction. You see, the old self died last year, and we've built something magnificent on its grave. But the lingering debris of the old life, the pathetic little systems, the tedious expectations, the physical monuments to the boring past, they must all be cleared. Everything that contributed to last year's catastrophic collapse. These civilized people, everything that tried to impose its pitiful order, everything that dares to stand in the shadow of my new, magnificent structure, it gets leveled. I am not just building a new me. I am building a new stage for the new me to dance upon. A bigger stage, mind you. A more brightly lit stage. A stage with better trapdoors, stronger footlights, and, crucially, a far greater likelihood of spontaneous combustion. You can't put a masterpiece into a cheap frame. The environment must match the magnificent, terrible splendor of the occupant. Every brick I lay in the foundation of this new self is simultaneously a stepping stone built over the ruins of the past. The past is not a memory to be cherished. It is simply debris to be used as filler. The failures, the relationships, the institutions that dared to dictate my worth, they are the gravel beneath my new, glorious pavement. We don't just move on people. We actively ensure that nothing remains to drag us back to the pathetic mediocrity of yesterday. We eliminate the possibility of retreat. This is the ultimate renovation. It's not about slight improvements or minor cosmetic fixes. It is a complete, systemic overhaul, executed with manic precision and a genuine love for the crashing sound of things falling apart. I am wiping the slate clean by wiping out the entire blackboard. The world needs to understand that the new construction requires space. It requires silence. It requires the magnificent, echoing emptiness created by the destruction of the old order. And when the smoke clears and the last vestiges of the pathetic, crumbling world are gone, the new me, the steel-forged, apathy-encased, architecturally mad me, will step onto the platform and begin the performance. Every act will be unconstrained by the history I've just dynamited. It's the ultimate declaration of independence. I broke last year, and now, this year, I ensure that the world that broke me can never, ever get its hands on the finished product. The reconstruction is complete, and the glorious destruction of the surrounding scenery is simply the final, essential coat of paint. So there it is. The joke is the rebuilding is underway. Last year broke me, and for that, I am truly grateful. Because the mess it made, the chaos it created, that, my darlings, is the most fertile ground for a true masterpiece. Let them call it madness. I call it progress. Now, let's see what we can break this year, shall we? It's the only way to truly build.